Alright, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are coming here from the Urban Gentry's channel, I just want to say welcome, and I appreciate you guys being here and checking in. I hope you guys stick around too, because I've got a lot coming for the future. And for those of you who are returning viewers, thanks again for tuning in. And today's topic is going to be about Artem's new Hydroflex strap. This is their second generation of a sailcloth design, and frankly, I am absolutely in love with this. But here is going to be my take right out of the gate, and I'll just cut to the chase right here. This is an absolutely beautiful, high quality, amazing strap. I freaking love this strap, but oh my god, is it really expensive. And if you are going to put this through like any sort of torture test like I did in the last video, or anything comparable to that, I hope you have a stacked bank account and a lot of courage, because this strap is expensive. Up front, this strap costs $218 in its current configuration with the included DLC buckle. And if you want a deployant clasp included on the strap, then that's going to run you another $73. So this is not a cheap strap, and this strap costs as much, if not more, than most beater watches. So make sure that you don't treat this like a beater style accessory for your watches, because frankly it's just not. At this price category, it's not that at all. We're dealing with something completely different here. Now, with that being said, let's talk about this strap compared to the first generation of Artem straps. The first generation of Artem straps, which is the one I have in my hand right here, is the loopless design. Compared to the new generation, this one is a bit more stiff out of the box, and they both have the embossed synthetic like sailcloth design. They're both made with the same proprietary synthetic material, but this one is just a little more malleable right out of the packaging. And on the back of the strap, this new generation, the Hydroflex, has a completely rubber backing, as opposed to this one, which has a rubberized leather backing. So this one is a bit more water resistant than the first gen. So that's really the main differences that I wanted to point out between the second and first gen. But regarding this one, I noticed a few things. I wore this for 11 days so far, and I took this to the range with me, and I also took this swimming with me as well. No issues there at all in either situation, and then in daily use, I didn't really notice too many issues with fit or feel. However, are things that I want to bring up. So firstly, I have the watch on my Submariner, as you guys can see, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but there is a lot of play between the spring bars and the spring bar holes on the strap, or sorry, the spring bar holes on the actual lugs of my Submariner. That's not really a fault on Artem. That's nothing bad against them. That's just something I noticed. You know, Artem does not make straps specifically for Rolex watches. They make straps for all watch companies, so they're not always going to get the tolerances exactly right for one brand or another. Excuse me while I drink some tea, you know. But moving on from that, look, this is just a really high quality strap. But another thing I noticed was that when I was wearing this strap for an extended period of time, and after I took it off, or once I took it off after a long day out in hot weather, or even in an AC room, after working, maybe a full shift, I still noticed that the skin on my wrist had a bit more of an unpleasant odor uh, than I normally did with the original bracelets on my watches, or even the first generation of straps from Artem. My wrist actually smells a lot more unpleasant than I would like to admit when I am wearing this strap. And that is honestly really embarrassing to admit, but I feel like that's just something I have to say. So my only recommendation to that is maybe wear this watch one hole looser than you're used to. That way your wrist can breathe a bit more. Rubber is not exactly a breathable material, so make sure that your wrist can still breathe when you're wearing this strap. I think that's something to consider. Beyond that, though, I have no issues with the quality or the fit and feel of this strap at all. This is just a very, very high quality product that Artem has released. But with that being said, and with the price being taken into account, as I previously mentioned, $218 for this configuration alone. Another $73 extra if you want the deploying clasp. If you want this strap, can a strap like this be too well made and too expensive for the kind of treatment that a luxury sport item is made for? And what do I mean by that, right? I just threw out a bunch of buzzwords there. What do I mean by that? Well, if you guys saw my previous review of Artem's loopless straps, these ones, and I'll link to that video down below. If you guys saw my previous review, you'll know that I took this strap to the range, I took it to the gym, I took it in the sauna, on a hike, to the beach, and then I took it running. So I really beat the crap out of these loopless straps, and I really, really put them through their paces to test their durability. And I told Artem that I was going to do that when they sent me these straps originally, and they were completely okay with that. They stand behind their products and they stand behind the level of durability that they offer, which is something that I massively respect. And I feel the same way about this strap, but here's the thing. There's a big price difference between this strap and this one. This one is $133 on Artem's website, not including the deploying clasp. The deploying clasp is another $68. So this is already a pretty expensive strap, but considering that I got sent these for free, I didn't really have much issue with beating the crap out of these. But this strap is $218. I did not pay for this. Again, Artem sent me this strap for free, but just knowing the price on this in this configuration alone, and then knowing how much more I might have had to pay had I bought this if I wanted the deployant style clasp. With that in mind, I really had to consider if putting this through any sort of comparable torture test would have been a good idea. Now granted, I did take this to the range and I did take this into the pool with me, and it had no issues with that at all. But that was really as far as I wanted to take it with this strap, because at this price point, even though it is designed to take a lot of abuse, I don't think that any person who buys this strap should put it through that level of abuse either. This is just too much of an investment in your watches to treat it badly. I hope that makes sense when I say that. Because when you think about things like going to the range or going hiking or going to the beach, you typically put a beater watch on your wrist. Nowadays in the watch world, we don't really consider watches like the Submariner or even the Explorer 2 to be, beater watches. Those are like premium luxury level watches now. They may have been tool watches in the past, and technically they are still tool watches, but they're not beaters anymore. They're just way too expensive to be considered that. Nowadays, a beater watch is more along the lines of something like this. This is a Sang & Instruments Dark Overlord. This was a Christmas present from my mother, and it comes with a single pass Zulu Alpha NATO strap. But this is a beater watch right here. This whole setup, I'm not exactly sure how much the price is because, again, this is a gift from my mom. But this whole setup, I'm pretty sure, is under. I'm pretty sure it's under $700, which is still expensive, but it's nowhere near the price of this. I would be much more comfortable taking this to the range than I would this. Alright guys, Editing Morgan here. I just wanted to add something because this video is not about Sang & Instruments. This video is about Artem straps right now, so I want to keep this on topic. If you are going to be dead set on putting an Artem product on your beater watch, I highly recommend going for one of Artem's nylon strap offerings. These are equally as durable and equally as good looking, but they are much more cost effective in terms of replacing than the Hydroflex straps are. These are $63 compared to $218 for the Hydroflex. There's just, in terms of what you would put on a beater watch, this is just going to be the more sensible option. And this is what I would recommend if you're going to be taking an Artem product into any adverse situation for your watches. So with that being said, let's get back to the video. Thank you. In fact, the company that makes this watch highly, highly encourages you to beat the hell out of it. Nowhere in Artem's marketing is there any indication that you should beat the crap out of this strap. Now, again, you probably could, but should you? That is really going to be the be-all, end-all of this video. This strap is meant to be worn on your best timepieces. I mean, just look at the way that this strap elevates the aesthetic of my Submariner. Like, it just looks so good, and to me, it makes the watch feel more personal to me. It gives it a bit more individuality while maintaining that, crisp, clean aesthetic. And while it can certainly take a beating, I don't think you should put it through one. With that being said, I'm going to close out this review here. I really want to thank you guys for tuning in. And again, thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel and who are coming from the urban gentry. Your subscriptions and your support means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And for all of those who are returning viewers in 2024, I also want to thank you guys for sticking with me so far and being here. I've got a lot more content planned for the future, and I hope to keep making more and pushing the boundaries of it all. So thanks again, and stay tuned. Take care.